What is up, the Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P. We are back here once again, and you already know what time it is. It is that time to bust that rhyme, about that grit, and that grind. Talking about that slime. Engine, number 9 going down the East Coast line. Engine, number 9 going down the East Coast line. One thing's for certain and 3 things are for sure. When you see me front your TV, number 1, the Motor City Cats are indeed back at it. Number 2, we came to give you stats, not none of that static. Number 3, perhaps the most important number of them all, number 3. Want to make sure you keep your Lions news pragmatic. You may be asking yourself, how, Don, how, Mr. P, does one keep their Lions news pragmatic in these trying times? I'm going to tell you. You know I don't keep nothing from you. You know I don't hide it from the peoples. Smash like button, subscribe, share with your peoples. And once you've done those 3 things, in any order you've done them in, you've indeed kept your Lions news pragmatic. And since we're talking about sharing and being caring and talking about your peoples, bring them to the stream and say, look at here. We got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, ram, hog, dog, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, chicken. You name beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, beans, beans, beans. You name it. We got all the stuff. We got all the news. We got all the drinks. We got all the brews. We got all the gum. We got all the chews. We got all the slop. We got all the slews. You know what we're talking about today? We're talking about the NFL draft. Not the draft, the draft. Actually, we're probably going to talk about the draft. What up, though, everybody in the chat? What up, though, Irv Gotti? What up, though, Robert Stevens? What up, though, Rich L? What up, though, Just a Fan? You say she just a fan. You say she just a fan. Oh, baby, you got what I need, yeah. But you say I'm just a fan. You say I'm just a fan. Yeah, you know what it is. Hashtag if you know, use the hashtag. And shout out to the people who are lurking, who are twerking, who are smirking, who are working. But if you're doing that thing that's super duper freaky, keep it to yourself, like Karen and her bland ass potato salad. If you are doing that thing that's super duper illegal, keep it to yourself, because I don't want to be a witness at your trial, snitching and carrying on. And pretty much because ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Yeah. Rich L says, I'm not going to your trial. Exactly. We not doing all that. Ain't nobody got time for that. All right. Today we are going to be talking about the Detroit Lions and the NFL draft, which is pretty much what we're going to be talking about throughout this next couple of weeks. We're going to be breaking things down. We're going to be talking about prospects. We're going to be doing all types of things. I do have a video that I'm going to be dropping at some point in time. And it's going to be entitled, What Does BPA Mean to You? I've got some stats. I've got some statistics. I've got some takes. And I want to take some time to drop a video. I'm trying to be more consistent with this video dropping. Now that I'm pretty much in my own studio, I've got to get my schedule together. But, just like this morning, someone had messed with my stuff, unplugged one of my lights. I was like, what the frick is going on here? Or I should say this evening, because, for y'all, it's nighttime. For me, it's morning time. You know what I mean? So once I can get my schedule together and I'm like, all right, let me put together these videos, try to drop one a day or whatever the case may be, just something different than what my live users get every day. My live viewers, not users, my live viewers, my live subscribers, they get the lives every day. They get to see the raw, uncut Motor City Don P every day. Right? But some of the people who don't have time to tap into the lives, they don't really have the content for them. So I'm going to try to branch out and do more videos on a more consistent basis, because you know what? You got to be consistent putting out other content that YouTube will show it to your subscribers. I dropped a clip the other day and it had 3 views. I was like, what the hell is this? But you know what? I haven't been consistent, really dropping long form videos. If y'all notice, I've been very, very consistent now, dropping shorts, at least 2 shorts a day, try to be around the same time. Like after the show, I'll drop a short, and early in the morning, I'll drop a short, try to get consistent with this, trying to get my channel ready for the 1,000 subscriber push. So yes, I will have a video coming out. I may drop it today. Definitely, since today is Friday, you'll definitely have the video to be able to watch on Saturday. Maybe it'll be Saturday night, like 24 hours from now. Okay. And I want you to have something for Sunday as well. So I'm looking to have some shorts and some videos coming out this weekend. So bear with me. Make sure that you keep it locked. All right. The first thing we're going to talk about is 3 under the radar draft prospects. Obviously, yesterday we talked about 3 prospects that the Detroit Lions should stay away from. So we're now going to do 3 under the radar prospects that the Detroit Lions could go ahead and possibly draft and help them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. We've got the 1st round pick. We've got the 2nd round pick. We've got nothing in the 3rd round, and then we're doubling up the rest of the way. We got 2 4ths, maybe 1 5th, 2 6ths, and a 7th. Or do we have 2 5ths? I think we have. I got it. I got all the information. I already know. But it is what it is. We got a lot of late round picks, doing a lot of work in day 3, which I'm not too confident. I'm just going to tell you, I'm not too confident in just doing so much work in day 3. I know that's going to get you depth, but we need depth for sure. But what's our starting plan on defense? This is the problem. I have no worries about offense. You can't worry about the offense. Offense always be tougher. Always. So you can't worry about it. But the defense, a little anemic. Little anemic. Little, you know what I'm saying? We struggling. We struggling. So let's get into that. All right. Just a Fan says, don't drop your shorts in public. Just a Fan with the dad joke. But I wish Derek would shout you out in his stream like you do him. He shouts me out from time to time. Look, Derek shouts me out by asking me to be on Syndicats 365, right? Derek shouts me out by putting a panel show together with me on the panel, right? That is a great service that he does, for me, to help me out, to have me on, to take me under his wing. So shout out to Derek, man. I ain't never gonna say nothing in the slightest to slight my man. So he's got a whole show with me on it. It drops 3 times a week, right? He's hitting me with the monies, right? There was someone that still owes me money that's out there taking shots at me on the sneak tip, even though he knows I don't watch his booty channel. Okay, so yeah, no, me and Derek, you know what I'm saying? We ride together, we die together. Bad boys for life. You know what I'm saying? Love the 5 p.m. Pacific time slot. I am not getting up at 4 or 5 a.m. East Coast pods. Bruh. So time with y'all is so crazy. So what I've started doing, because last year at this time, I was getting up, I was going to work at 7 a.m. right? The heavies would be on at 7 a.m. my time. I would listen to the heavies, and I would get back here by 10 a.m. my time so that I could go live. What I'm doing now is I'm waking up, right? Not at 7 a.m. I'm waking up at 8 a.m., 9 a.m., not going to work, doing my live show, doing the Cinecast 365. Then I go to work. I get back in the house around 1 a.m., 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Last night, yesterday, or this morning, I should say, I got back in at 2 a.m., right? Because the grind is the grind. You know, the grind is the grind. But, you know, when I get up and do the streams, all the 1 a.m. games for the first month or two, or I think the first month or month and a half of the season, all the 1 p.m. games are 3 a.m. for me. At some point in time they go to 5 p.m. or 5 a.m. Sorry. So if I keep working the way that I'm working now, those 3 a.m. games, yeah, I'm just not sleeping. Right. So if it's 1 p.m. and I got to be up at 3 a.m. and stream the game, I'm not going to sleep. I'm not going to sleep at all. So I'll go to sleep for a few hours after the game, right? Because it'll be over for me at 6 a.m. I'll probably go to sleep till 12 noon and get back on the grind. It's just how I got to go. You know, when you bring in the content to the people, you got to do what you got to do. You know what I mean? So shout out to you guys who are here all the time and who are supporting. It means a whole lot, because if you weren't here, I definitely wouldn't be doing none of this. I'll tell you that much. 2 4s, 2 5s, 2 6, and a 7. Okay, that's what I thought. 5 picks between 118 and 205. Crazy. I was one of the 3, LOL. Lions Live 365, you definitely are one of the 3. You definitely are one of the 3. I love him, Don. He's my homie since 9 years. I feel you. But nah, you know, he's been good to me, you know, even though I came in this thing and, you know, we have a common enemy. I'll tell you that much. We have a common enemy. I bet Brad ends up with 6 or 7 picks. I would hope so. And I would hope that he ends up with picks in the 3rd round and he would do something good with them. He will do something beneficial with them, not take another damn wide receiver, because I'll be angry. I'm going to tell you that much. That's what makes Syndicats great, MCDP. And I'm glad you enjoy it, fan. I'm glad you enjoy it. All right, let me, I need to get some water before we get into this. 1 second, be right back. All right, we do have all the drinks. Pick all the OGs in the draft. 25 and up is the answer. Hey, we gonna have to. And y'all know my slogan. It's round 1. It's getting hot in here. I know y'all don't know that one. I would just say hashtag use. If you know, use the hashtag. Mr. Morale 313 is the only one that knows what I'm talking about. It's round one. It's getting hot in here. Y'all know my slogan. I found you before Derek, though. You found me before Derek found me. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was in these streets, man. I was in these streets. How many edge rushers does 14 buy? What do you mean by 14? What do you mean by 14? That's I don't know that one. is that 14 cents? Is that $14? Is that 14 million? All right. So we're gonna get to the under the radar prospects. We've got Last Word on Sports by Sue Levine. All right. Don't do the Cam Newton, guys. If you know, use the hashtag. All right. The Detroit Lions have the 17th pick in the first round of the 2026 NFL draft. According to most mock drafts, Brad Holmes will select either safety Dylan Thieneman, OT Caden Proctor, or edge Keldrick Falk. Guy, look. All right, Mike. Mike, you are the mock draft guy. You let me know if you have seen Dylan Thieneman at 17 to the Lions. Now, I know I've seen him at 18 to the Vikings. And we did a mock draft roundup a couple days ago. 17. I've never seen Dylan Thieneman to the Lions. We need to leave the draft with 3 edge rushers and 5 defenders. You know, Mike, I'm afraid. You already know I'm afraid. You know I'm afraid. Do we not? I'm afraid. I think I found you while I was in rehab for my open heart surgery. Well, shout out to you, and I hope everything went well, and I hope I helped with that. I think Proctor is a smokescreen. It might be. Look, I saw. Now, I think y'all all know Russell Brown. He said he believes that Proctor is a second round pick. And he said the reason he believes that Proctor is like, he's got him rated like the number 46 prospect, which would be 4 picks before the Detroit Lions pick in round 2. Now, if Russell Brown would be so inclined to be accurate with this, that would be awesome. You know why? Because you trade up just a few spots in the 4th round, in the 2nd round from 50 to grab Proctor, who falls all the way out of the 1st round to pick number 46, and the Lions select him. Oh, that would be great, right? That would be great. And the reason that he said these things is because of his weight. He fluctuates. He's got like 4 playing weights for him, so he doesn't know where he's comfortable. And also, there's a lot of buzz that Proctor is going to be moved to guard. And this is what I was saying a few days ago when we talked about Vega, right? If you're going to take a guard, just take a guy who's already playing guard, not a guy that has to transition to guard. Right. If we're going to take Proctor at 17 and move him to guard, just take Vega at 17 and move, and he's already a guard. If Vega's there, right? If he's there. So said Proctor is such a fit. That's just smoke. I'm just saying. I'm glad I did. I'm just saying. we talking about hypotheticals. Proctor is the Broderick Martin of the offensive line. No, he's not. Come on, bro. Come on now. Come on. that is not even close. The Broderick Martin of the offensive line is Manu. Manu, not Ginobili. Okay. That is the Giovanni, not the Giovanni. That is the Broderick Martin. Russ loves Monroe Freeling for no reason. I'm so much lower on him than consensus. We talked about Monroe yesterday. We talked about how he wasn't ready for prime time. Mike Payton of A to Z Sports says that he's not going to be ready to start in 2026. He may not even be ready to start in 2027. And my whole thing is, if you're going to take a developmental player, don't do it at 17. But as Pierce Sargent just mentioned, Broderick Martin, we know that Brad Holmes takes developmental players where he shouldn't take them. So, so with his track record, Monroe Freeling at 17 seems about right. It seems about right. Right? Broderick Martin was a guy that wasn't going to get drafted. You could have taken him in the 7th round and no one would have been the wiser. But you took him in the 3rd. You traded up to get him in the 3rd. You worked the phones feverishly. You had the crackhead itch going on. Man, I just need you. Hey, look, man, we just trying to get up back in the 3rd round, man. We need to go ahead, man. Come on now. Hey, man, I give you a 5, a 6, and a 7, player. Come on. Give it to me now. Come on. Right? That was Brad Holmes was doing to get up to Broderick Martin. So if you got a guy in Monroe Freeling who really, truly is developmental, who needs a year, maybe 2, sitting behind Larry Borum, 17 is right for Brad Holmes. The price is right, Bob. This NFL guy picked us an edge and then said Detroit was in love with Proctor. Is that Daniel Jeremiah? I mean, if Proctor were to fall to the 2nd round, then picking the edge in the 1st round would be awesome. What up, though, Zach J? Number 46, which means Brad Holmes trades up to 10 to get Proctor. That would be terrible. You're not a Proctor guy at all. I got it, but he is not. Just the fact that he played at Alabama and started means he's not anywhere near Broderick Martin. That's not an apt comparison. If Brad Holmes takes Proctor at 17 and he doesn't work out, that's one thing. If Brad Holmes takes Proctor at 17, not too many people will be scratching their heads going, what was he thinking? I don't know what he was doing, blah, 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 blah. My thing is this. If you're moving him to guard and Vega's there, take Vega. If you are legitimately trying to use Proctor as a tackle and then it just doesn't work out and then in training camp you decide to use him to move him to guard, that's a different story. But if you have him there at guard, now the only thing that I can tell you is just because he's almost 400 pounds and he's super athletic and you're thinking of putting him in the guard, putting him at guard and all the things that he can do in the run game, that's the only thing that I can see. But if I'm going to take a guard and Vega's available, I'm taking Vega over Proctor, not a guy that I have to move to guard. That's all I'm saying. If Proctor doesn't work out in the NFL, he can always become a proctologist. But if you're trying to take a guard, don't take it at 17. Well, Again, Vega's been mocked to the Ravens as well. So Zion Young, R. Mason Thomas, and Joshua Joseph couldn't whoop and their top 50 picks. I feel you. I'm just saying. I think you're talking to Pierce Sargent because Pierce Sargent is not a Proctor guy at all. I'm saying I don't mind Proctor, but I feel like if you are taking him specifically to change him to a guard, to convert him to guard, then just take the guy who's already a guard. Because Vega's a beast too. It's not like Vega is a slouch. With 3 possibles at left guard, we need a tackle. We don't have no possibles at left guard. I mean, we got Juice, we got Christian, and we got Miles Frazier. One of those guys didn't work out in Houston, which again, that's not really that doesn't really preclude you from being a good offensive lineman because you didn't work out in Houston. Again, Houston doesn't want protection for CJ Stroud. I'm telling you this. So, he says Miles Frazier to right tackle all defensive drive. See, Mike, as a Brad guy, that's where your credibility goes out of the window. You know Larry Borom is your starting right tackle. That's what Brad said. He started games. He started games. No. I'm over here, detective. You know Miles Frazier ain't gonna be the right tackle. That's Larry Borom's job. That's his job. All right. Let's look at this. I already didn't like the Dylan Thieneman thing that she threw out, but we'll go ahead and look at what she got going on. If Brad Holmes selects Dylan Thieneman at 17, what's happening in Detroit? Is it looting? Are we rioting? Are we burning the city? Or what are we doing? What are we doing? Are we going to Brad Holmes' house with pitchforks? Right? I think Derek might know where Brad Holmes lives. You know what I'm saying? What are we doing for Dylan Thieneman in 17? Y'all let me know. How much do y'all believe in Hank Fraley? Well, you know what? If you're looking at it, I know we hear he's the greatest offensive line coach in the history of offensive line coaches. Penei Sewell, I could have developed Penei Sewell. Right? I could have developed Penei Sewell. He's been tasked. You know what? Just looking at some of the combinations that he's had and they have worked. I mean, he had Coyote Awasika looking serviceable, but that was also Frank Ragnow. Coyote Awasika looked terrible last year without Frank Ragnow. So I don't know. I would say I believe in him, but I also would say the talent that we've had, the top tier talent that we've had, has also made him look a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So that's a question. Toilet paper and chicken eggs at Brad's house. We're going to TP. Safety in the first equals Brad definitely fired. I got you. I know what you did. I said that BDF. Fraley can coach them, but he can't play for them. I already figured it out. Blake Miller can be an instant starter, 10 years, no Pro Bowls. I don't know how to feel about that. Like, I mean, that means he's solid and he's not gonna. He's solid and he's not gonna wow you, but we're not gonna call his name too much, which is really, you really want offensive linemen to be solid. I think as Detroit Lions fans, we talk about offensive linemen a lot. And obviously we got Penei Sewell, who, you know, he's our first ballot Hall of Famer. We already know that. But really, you just want offensive linemen. You don't want to hear their names during the games. Is Blake Miller the guy that you're just not going to hear his name during the game? But you're also not going to hear his name at all, which means he's kind of going to be under the radar, just doing his job. If it's a guy just doing his job, I don't have a problem with that. Are you taking a guy just doing his job at 17? We trading back. Blake Miller, is always in the mid to low 20s in these mock drafts, right? He's going to the Eagles quite a few times, and they're at 23. So are you trading back to 21 with the Pittsburgh Steelers, like Robert Stevens says? You go back to 21 and you get 21 and 99, and then you grab Blake Miller at 21? I don't know. 21? All right. So we got the Thieneman thing. Each would be a second choice, a sound choice. However, Holmes might go in a different direction with an under-the-radar selection. 3 under-the-radar top Detroit Lions prospects. Following the recent departure of Lions veteran Alex Anzalone, one overlooked area of need is the linebacker position. No, we don't need anybody. We got Damone Clark and Malcolm Rodriguez. We don't need anybody. We're set. Jack Campbell, Malcolm Rodriguez, Derek Barnes, Damone Clark. We're ready to go. Although Jack Campbell and Derek Barnes are an elite duo, this is why I don't be liking to read stuff from people who are not local. What the F part of Jack Campbell and Derek Barnes is elite other than Jack Campbell? Am I too low on Derek Barnes? Do I not know ball? I'm super low on Derek Barnes. Derek Barnes cost us a number 1 seed in 2023. When we got to the NFC Championship game, but we had to play that game in San Francisco. I don't think that playing that game in Detroit against the San Francisco 49ers, if the first half plays out the same way it does, I don't think the second half plays out the same way. I feel like Derek Barnes closing his eyes and missing Dak Prescott in the end zone, which was a 9-point swing, a 9-point swing, because we gave up 2 points that automatic guaranteed 2 points on that safety and then gave them 7. How much did we lose that game by? Does anybody remember? It definitely wasn't 9 points. Was it 3 points? How much did we lose that game by? Right? Something crazy. So I'm not. You can't be elite if you can't sack a dude because you fell asleep. Mommy's in narcoleptic. She always sleeping on Hove. Like, my man fell asleep on the pass rush, closed his eyes, shut down everything, completely missed a stationary target. Dak Prescott thought he was getting sacked for the safety. Dak Prescott was like, oh, well, there it goes. That's 2 points. It was like, what? I didn't get sacked? There's CeeDee Lamb wide open. Let me hit him for an 800-yard touchdown. I don't trust Ignatius with picks in the 90s. 21, my favorite grid soundbite. 21. Jack Campbell doing a lot of heavy lifting on that elite duo. You can't hear me? I was in. I don't think I dropped out. Barnes never should have been re-signed. That's Shep's brother, little brother. What do you mean? That was a no-brainer, a non-starter. Shep would not have accepted the defensive coordinator position if Derek Barnes wasn't re-signed. So you mean to tell me we would have missed out on Derek Barnes and Shep if we didn't re-sign Derek Barnes? Whatever would the Lions have done? I don't know. Maybe sign a defensive coordinator who's good. I don't know. Derek Barnes closed out Tampa Bay. He did. He closed that out. But did he redeem himself? Did him closing that game out keep us from going to San Francisco? It sent us to San Francisco. I don't know how much we lost by my eyes were closed, just like Derek Barnes. Regardless how hot that might sound. And if we had our 2 third-round picks this year, this draft would be looking a lot different. A whole lot different. A whole lot different. You hear me? Okay. All right. All right. Let's continue. Anzalone will be missed. Here are 3 possible LB draft prospects who might fit his role. Anthony Hill Jr., Texas linebacker. A decorated multi-sport athlete from Denton, Texas, Anthony Hill Jr. projects as one of the elite prospects in his class. A finalist for the Butkus Award, the nation's top linebacker, he started 10 games, recording 69 tackles, 7 tackles for loss, 4 sacks, 2 interceptions, 3 forced fumbles, and a PBU, according to the LWOS draft profile. Hill Jr. is a defender who wins with speed, instincts, and aggression. Deciding to forego his senior year to declare for the 2026 NFL draft, he was one of the standout performers at the NFL Combine, ranking second with an athleticism score of 86. Hill ran a 4.51 in the 40-yard dash with a 1.58 10-yard split. His other skill drills were equally impressive. Hill posted a 37-inch vertical jump, a 10.5-inch, a 10-foot 5-inch broad jump, and bench press 21 reps. NFLDraftBuzz.com profiled him as a defender who runs downhill with violence and bad intentions. The profile highlighted Hill's off-the-charts ball production and elite tackle ability. Violence and bad intentions is something that AG used to say. What do y'all think about Anthony Hill Jr. at 17? It's under the radar now. It's under the radar. We're not saying that this is going to happen. It's under the radar. It's something that could have happened. All right. NFL analyst Lance Zierlein described him as having the plus cover talent in man or zone, proven credentials as a blitzer or edge rusher, and finishes plays as a strong, reliable tackler. Consistency and field command make him one of the safer linebackers in the class. He summarized Hill as a 3-down linebacker with the playing demeanor and production of a future Pro Bowler. Hill occasionally gets a bad rap for his violent tendencies. He could also benefit from some tackling refinement. However, his elite athleticism could easily propel him into the first round after David Bailey, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles are off the board. However, if drafted by the Lions, Hill could be mentored by Campbell and Barnes. I don't want Barnes mentoring anybody. Barnes needs to mentor himself. Under their guidance, he'd become an immediate plug-and-play starter. The one limiting factor that may hurt his draft status is a broken ankle in 2025. Sign him up. Sign him up. He broke his ankle? Sign him all the way TF up. Brad Holmes on line 1. Hi, Anthony. This is Brad Holmes. You ready to be a Detroit Lion? Allen missed 2 games due to the injury, but as Aiden Hutchinson proved, broken bones can heal without any lingering impact. Hill projects as an outstanding under-the-radar choice for Detroit. Now, can you trade back and get Anthony Hill? Can you trade back? Love Anthony Hill, but 17 would be idiotic. That's what I'm saying. Can you trade back and get him? Hill sounds like a stud. Linebacker class is pretty deep. Sounds like a Will Hill LB. Will Hill. Hill the Will linebacker. Here's the problem with Anthony Hill, right? Lions Live 365. Mike says this. All right, Mike. No, not that one. Okay. Mike says, where's that comment at? Okay. Mike says this. Love Anthony Hill, but 17 would be idiotic. So here's what I'm going to say to you, Mike. He says trade back twice if we can. But I'm gonna tell you this. Here's the problem. Love Anthony Hill, but 17 would be idiotic. There is one sentence in this article that I'm worried about. Hill occasionally gets a bad rap for his violent tendencies. He could also benefit from some tackling refinement. Okay. Here's the sentence. However, his elite athleticism could easily propel him into the first round after David Bailey, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles are off the board. David Bailey, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles all project to go top 10. Right? All of those guys project to go top 10. Would you agree with that? So my problem is this. If all those guys go top 10, there's only one FOMO franchise that needs to present itself in the draft. There's only one FOMO franchise. I don't know who that FOMO franchise is going to be. It could be the Detroit Lions. It could be somebody else. But we would like to trade back to the bottom of the first round to grab David Hill. I said David Hill. I was thinking David Bailey. Not only Anthony Hill. Not only are Anthony Hill, are David Bailey, Arvell Reese, and Sonny Styles projected in the top 10. Arvell Reese is routinely mocked to the Jets at number 2. Sonny Styles is routinely mocked to the New York Giants at number 5. The lowest I've seen Sonny Styles go is 12 to the Cowboys. Right? David Bailey has been mocked number 4 to the Titans when they're not mocking Jeremiah Love to the Titans, which I really can't understand. I really don't understand. Okay? So not only are these guys being mocked in the top 10, they're being mocked within 3 picks of each other. Arvell at number 2, Bailey at number 4, Styles at number 5. If these 3 linebackers go in the top 5, Tafa. Do you think, Mike, and anybody else in the chat, Anthony Hill lasts to the bottom? Because if he's the guy with the athleticism after these 3, Do you think he lasts to the bottom of the first round? That's my question. No. Mike, are we live tonight? Mike says Hill is my LB4. I got you. Is he going to last that far? That means somebody's going to fall. That's also a possibility. If 3 linebackers go in the top 5, somebody is going to fall. But I do believe that somebody falling is not extremely beneficial to the Detroit Lions. And the reason I say that is this. If 3 linebackers go in the top 5, the Lions are at 17. That means that there's going to be 3 other teams before the Detroit Lions that are going to benefit from people falling. Right? That means some tackles are going to fall that people are not going to pass on by the time it gets to Detroit. I don't know. But, I mean, you had to have a perfect top 6 for the Detroit Lions to draft Penei Sewell because he fell to you at number 7. 17 is a long way down. I don't know or think that 17 is going to benefit. It could. Now, it could. It could benefit. People could be trading out of their picks because they're like, oh, we were trying to get Sonny. We were trying to get Arvell. We were trying to get David Bailey. People could be trading back. The Lions could move up. In that case, if they wanted to move up to get somebody, they could trade back as well. Maybe someone is, I don't know. It just depends on how the board goes. But I feel like if he's your linebacker 4 and there's an early run on linebackers, 3 in the top 5, somebody's going to get into the FOMO mode. Somebody's going to get into the FOMO mode. Nobody expected Bo Nix to go when he went, right? But Denver got into the FOMO mode. Hell, the real FOMO team was the Minnesota Vikings by taking J.J. McCarthy. They saw all those quarterbacks go, and they were like, JJ, come on down. So that's what I'm saying. Brad will trade up for the love. Bro, if Brad trades up for Jeremiah Love, again, former running back, got into the game by watching Barry Sanders, loved what Barry did, wanted to be Barry, studied Barry, right? Love running backs. That's my first love. Corner's my second love. If you trade up for Jeremiah Love after you just got rid of Monty and you already have Jahmyr Gibbs, I'm done. I'm done. We need to find this house. We need to find this house. I'm sorry. No, I was saying Syndicats. Syndicats, are we live? If we're not, yeah, I just muted the mic. If we're not, we can extend it. Hold on. All right, I was just checking to see. That's what I was checking. No, man, I had Yeah, Mike. All right. Cool. If you want to come through then at 9:30, we could try to run some mock machine stuff and an extended show. I'm down for that. But Mike, it's easy. I'll just send you the link and you just pop right on in. Um, all right. So I'm set on Edge, Keldrick Falk, Auburn. Why are you set on Keldrick Falk at 17? I don't. Why? Why are you doing that? Why do you want the Marcus Davenport clone at 17? All right. The next person on this list is CJ Allen, Georgia linebacker, an intriguing junior and former 4-star recruit from Barnesville, Georgia. Allen distinguished himself as a linebacker and running back. However, his 6'1", 230-pound frame is better suited to playing defense. Listen, now, hear me out. Hear me out. I'm getting flashbacks. An intriguing junior and former 4-star recruit from Barnesville, Georgia, Allen distinguished himself as a linebacker and running back. I'm afraid that Brad Holmes will draft him at 17 and turn him into a running back, just like he did Sione Vaki. Sione Vaki, if y'all don't remember, played running back for about 5 minutes, and Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell were like, oh, we got to have that guy. He played running back for 5 minutes. Stop it. Get some help. Okay? But that's what they wanted. The element of confusion. I like Falk, but there has to be a plan behind him. We need 3 edges if we draft him. I don't want him. DJ want him. I don't want him. He's a pass rusher. He's not. If you're going pass rusher at 17, why not just grab Messidor? Why would you grab Falk for pass rushing? That's going to be the bill of goods that they try to sell us, and we're going to be sitting up here like, wait a minute. You know, where's the pass rush? You know? What up, though, Mr. Morale 313? Did I see what you sent me on Discord? Let me go to Discord. Other than the I got in, bro. Let me see. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. That might be a video topic. Yeah. You forgot we have TDI, Turner definitely injured. Vaki played a good safety, and that's why I thought we were drafting him as safety. And then they turned him into a running back. That's it. Yep. I mean, I might do because I'm gonna try to do 2 videos this weekend. I've got a video coming out called "What Does BPA Mean to You?" What mean the world to you? We're gonna see about that one. And I did have another one. It's similar. It's about the free agents. I'll take Falk if Max Llewellyn and Jay Sean Barham come with him. I just don't have the faith. I don't have the faith. Ignatius operates off BIP. I'll let you figure that one out. Let's see. BIP. Brad's. No. Best injured player? Best injured player? Is that it? I know I'm close. That has to be it, right? Yep, I was right. Ding, 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 ding. The champ is here. I got that drop too. I don't remember where it is, but I got it. Let's see here. Best injured is about right. All right, let's continue with CJ Allen. Named the SEC Freshman of the Week, Allen made an immediate impact in his first game. According to his LWOS draft profile, he led the Bulldogs defense in 22-5 in tackles for loss, and forced fumbles. Allen recorded 88 tackles, 8 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks, 4 PBUs, and 2 forced fumbles. His PFF.com 90.8 run defense grade ranks 12th among all collegiate linebackers last year. Allen was first team All SEC, named a finalist for the Butkus Award, Nation's Top Linebacker, and the Lott Impact Trophy, Nation's Top Defender with Integrity, Maturity, Performance, Academics, Community, Tenacity. Okay, integrity, academics, community, tenacity, maturity, all of that fits the Lions grit model. Performance doesn't matter to them. Zerline described Allen as a green dot linebacker and team captain, more capable of rowing the boat than making big splashes. Nothing that team captain, Lions love that. Noting that he times his blitz takeoffs to mirror running backs, Zerline concluded that he's an effective blitzer with average man coverage talent and is capable on all 3 downs. So you mean he's a replacement for Derek Barnes? That would be awesome. But Derek Barnes is Shep's little brother. I don't think y'all really take into account that Shep loves Derek Barnes. I don't really think y'all take that into account. Unfortunately, Allen chose not to participate in the combine skills drills, and he didn't run the 40-yard dash at Georgia's pro day. The excuse given was a lingering knee swelling from a meniscus tear late last year. Sign him up. One guy has a broken ankle from last year. This guy has a torn meniscus from last year. These guys are going to be Detroit Lions some kind of way, some kind of how. I'm telling you. Brad Holmes is going to trade down and draft Anthony Hill, and then he's going to trade back up in the first round and draft CJ Allen. Just because. NFLDraftBuzz.com portrays Allen as a natural communicator who gets teammates aligned pre-snap and handles the green dot responsibilities with the poise of a 10-year veteran. Allen's primary fit for Detroit may be as a solid defender in the trenches against the run game. Anzalone excelled at pass coverage with tight ends and running backs. Allen's profile suggests he could assume that role for the Lions. Jack Campbell, one of the best linebackers in the NFL, handles green dot responsibilities for Detroit. However, if needed, Allen could potentially sub in to relieve Campbell. You're not doing, listen, you're not drafting CJ Allen at 17. I'm sorry. I just don't. You're not. We're not doing it. Brad's injured party setting up now. All right. This is why I think we trade up for Caleb Downs. Degenerative ACL, come on down. Hey, Caleb, this is Brad Holmes, Lions GM. You ready to be a Lion? Ignatius voice. Does Caleb have a degenerative ACL issue? Just to feel it. I definitely rub it in if he pans elsewhere. If he don't, I'm wrong on him. Like it's not my first or it's ever was yours. Are we talking about Keldrick Falk? I'm just saying, I'm not saying you're wrong. I say I don't want him. That's all I'm saying. I'm saying I don't want him. He's not good enough to be doing that. Brad would lose me on that one. Yes, he really does. Well, I mean, if he's got a degenerate, who would he be the replacement for? So you're going to replace. So you're going to draft Kirby Insurance with also a knee issue? That's crazy. I saw it got flagged at the combine. After what I watched today, I'm cutting Brad some slack. You talking about the philosophies? You cutting Brad some slack? Fair enough. Yeah. I'm tired of their scheme. I'm tired of the I'm tired of the big edge, I'm tired of all that, man. They're chasing a freaking, I don't know what they're chasing. I really don't. All right, let me send Mike. Mike, I'll just send you the I'll put the link in the chat. And you just pop on in. Want a safety to replace Anzalone, step into the new age? Yeah, that would be that would be nice. That would be nice. All right, Robert Stevens, we'll holler at you, man. We'll see you next week. Oh, what? That's crazy. I didn't know I could do that. Hold on, guys. Hold on. I'm just going to do something right quick. What is up, though, Lions fans? It's your boy, Motor City Don P. We are back here once again, and you all already know what time it is. It is that time to bust that rhyme. I didn't know I could do that. That is crazy. Wow. Okay. 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 All right. I didn't know I could do that. That is crazy, bro. It could be worse. Matt Millen, best player available. Somebody we know and rock with didn't always have a problem with the Broderick pick. Well, listen. You know what? I think the Broderick Martin pick got worse over time. I know initially I didn't know who Broderick Martin was. Initially, I had heard nothing about him. And you know what else had already happened? Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta, and Brian Branch. That had already happened. So because those three things had already, so the four things had already happened, and then we got Hendon Hooker. I think a lot of people who were golf haters who were happy about Hendon Hooker. I don't think that third round initially for too many people got too much proper scrutiny because he was cooking in the first two rounds. That's what at least for myself, I know 100% that it didn't really matter that much. And then also because you had whatchamacallit. Yeah, also because you had to run to the NFC Championship game. So I really don't think that it got the proper scrutiny. What up, though, Mike?
What's
Lions
good?
Live 365 on your green screen.
What's good with you?
Man, ain't that much. All right. So I don't know. This is going to be the first live test of what can we say here? Let me see. Is there a screen? All right, we're going to share a screen. Not yet though. Not yet. All right. Let's see. So it's saying I should have two monitors, which I do have, but I just have to connect it. And it is over there. So I'm not going to do that right now. Let me see. So Mike, you should be able to to log into the mock machine, right? I've had some issues that I've fixed. Okay.
Let's see. We are good. Let's log in. Screw it.
All right. So hopefully all this works. I'll create a room right now.
You need me to sign in?
Yeah, because hopefully this room creation works. I've had a bit of a caching issue, so I've had to create whatchamacallits. Like it hasn't been working on my main Chrome. It's been working on incognito windows.
Okay.
And it's looking like this is not going to work on the main Chrome either. Mm. All right, let's sign back in. That did not work. Let me see if I can just. Do I have the incognitos up here? Down there on. Hold on. Bear with me now. Bear with me now. See, this is why I be telling y'all that we need to test this out.
No
You know?
problem. No problem. We here. Hey, look.
I'm
I'm
talking
not.
about the chat.
Oh,
The
snap.
chat talk about they want to do all 32. Where y'all at?
All 32? Oh, they going crazy.
Yeah. This has been something we've been talking about since last year though. I just put my new router in yesterday, so I didn't even set it up. So I can't use the Wi-Fi. I can only use the whatchamacallit.
I try to put my
What happened?
No, I try to put my background up, but now I disappeared.
Oh.
I'm definitely gone.
Yeah, you are gone.
Yeah, we just got to leave it green screen for now. We gonna figure that out.
Are you using OBS?
I was using OBS, but I took it down. Yeah, but I use OBS. I just opened up your link. I ain't trying to do too much.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you use OBS, then you can use the virtual camera, and you can turn your virtual camera on, and your background, all that stuff will be. That's what I do.
Okay.
Right. Hold on, let me get something like a napkin or something. 1 second.
Hey man, I done stepped into the future, man. First thing you figure out is technology is next level doing this for real.
All right, so let me test this.
Hey Rob, if we were to trade all that for Jeffrey Simmons, I'd be so confused. 17 in the next year, second for Jeffrey. You might well, at this point, man, we might as well. You know the budget is clearly defined. Let's take all these picks out of this. Let's just start trading players. Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's stop with the we could, because first and seconds, everybody always like, oh, they're nothing. No, let's trade your loved players. Like, oh, I love Sam Laporta. Well, you can love him on another team. You can support him. Watch the highlights while he on another team. Trade Sam and trade Brian Branch. Trade the people that they will refuse to pay. I'm not even saying that they couldn't make it work. I'm just saying there is clearly some unspoken, hey, this is your budget, bruh. Figure it out. And he's struggling right now. Brad is struggling. Because this free agency was like, bro, I don't know. We might as well stop with the big stuff. Just trade the players at this point. Let's madden it up for real.
All right, Mike, here is the code.
Okay. What's the code?
GYN LRF.
GYN LRF.
All right, Mr. Morale is in there. If Mr. Morale, if you want to, if you're still here and you want to participate, because I got 3 of my accounts in there, so it's gonna be you and Mike as well.
Whoa, snap! It feel weird. Uh, it feel weird picking another team other than the Lions to draft with. Okay.
Yeah,
Let's see.
we just testing.
No, it's all good. I'll
Yeah.
be. Hold on, let me see. I'm gonna pick a team. I'm gonna pick a team before us.
Bro, so I think the first 2 picks I got, and I got to figure out where all of these things are. Where am I signed in at?
Yo, if a gun was to my head and I had to pick another NFL team, who would I pick? I know.
So I'm actually like an honorary member of Chiefs Nation, and that's a whole story.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Do you remember Hussein Abdullah?
No.
He picked off Brady on Monday Night Football, and then he ran it back and he prostrated in the end zone.
I don't know why that's not. I don't remember.
39 of the Chiefs.
39 of the Chiefs. Still.
Yeah.
Memory shot. Can't even get mad at you. It's going.
Well, I know him. It's a whole story about how I met him. And this was like before Mahomes. So, yeah, he was when the Lions were down bad. Mm-hmm. He said I could be an honorary member of Chiefs Kingdom.
Wow.
So while I am an honorary member, I don't actively root for the Chiefs.
No, a lot of people in my family that's not Eagles fans are Pittsburgh fans. I'll be Pittsburgh.
How does that work? Like, if y'all are from Philly, like, how does it work that a lot of people aren't fans?
So we got the people that are fans. I respect them. Mm-hmm. Got a lot of love for them. I have a lot of very old family, and they kind of experience some racism in certain spots. So like
at the vet.
Yeah, so like a lot of the older generation of my family, they really don't bang with a lot of the Philly teams. Even though I'm sitting there in the back of my mind, and it's always been in the back of my mind, is like I doubt it's any less racist in Pittsburgh, but that's just
I feel like it's probably more racist in Pittsburgh.
I was just like, but like I'm not gonna argue with somebody that was born in 1910 about racism. I'm gonna just believe what they're saying. You know what I'm saying? So I'll just rock with them. But yeah, my great grandfather, he lived from like 1910 to 2010, so he was just old all my life. You feel me?
Yeah, of course.
It's like, yo, I'm sitting there like, bruh.
All right, so we got Buffalo. Okay. So what I am picking up is it doesn't refresh automatically, which I think that's going to be an issue. So I might need to make a change to that. But once we start the draft, then the stuff should be working. I feel like I am not signed in.
All right, because I got my team chosen. I don't know if I got doing.
Yeah, you got the Steelers.
All right, cool.
Let me just see if I'm signed in, because one of my accounts, I don't see where I'm signed in at.
Le Chef is he doesn't have anything.
Yeah, so I just picked Buffalo. So if you refresh it, then you'll see.
I gotta refresh. I'm not.
Yeah, that's the thing.
All right,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't lose nothing. We good.
No, you'll be fine. I've refreshed it a few times.
All right, cool. We good. All right.
All right, that's
Mr. Marauder,
signing
Texans.
there. All right, so I'm going to sign in here on a incognito window so that I can make sure that all of my accounts are signed in.
Hey.
And we are going to be
Your mark machine don't really like me like that, man. It ain't.
what?
It hasn't given me more higher than a C yet. I've been a C every time. I got a bunch of C's and a D. They was like, man, I don't know what you doing, bro. You reaching. I was like, all right. I'm gonna leave it. Okay. Woo. Man.
Let's see.
Part of me wants to pick a team I hate and just pick all bad picks, but that would kill the experiment. It's not like it's real life. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so it's gonna make me join this again, but what's the code again?
Ooh, GYNLRF.
LRF.
Oh.
But I'm already in there, so hopefully it doesn't like have me join twice. Okay, no. Okay, good. So we got the Lions, the Jets, the Texans, the Steelers, and the Buffalo Bills. Mr. Morale 3123 said, I got a B minus. Shift, what up, though? He says, Booner talking about we might take a corner first, which I'm a hate. Bro, we if it's Mansour Delane, I don't hate the player. I hate the fact that we took a corner at 17 because, again, we're dumping more resources into the cornerback room, and it hasn't panned out ever. If we're not taking a Delane or a McCoy or whoever of that nature, then I ain't trying to hear it. What up, though, Lamico Cardenas? All right. What happened to Mike?
Disappear for a second. Hey.
Oh, okay. There you go. I was like, where's Mike at?
I hit the wrong button. I was like, oh, wait a second.
I definitely should have. I mean, I have an HDMI cable, but it's my other monitor is like over there. So I would be looking like, yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do that. All right. Let's start this draft.
Let's get it. Bruh.
Hopefully it starts.
I'm gonna walk down memory lane of people that could have been great, but injury took them out. Javid Best was my guy. We drafted a running back with concussion issues. Like that wasn't going to be a problem.
Bro, Javid Best was my dude.
I'm saying, like he was at work when
he was my dude, bro. I was so happy we got Javid Best. And then Scott Linehan was like, why don't we just run you up the middle all the time? And I'm like, what you freaking doing? Why are you doing that? He's got concussion issues.
You know what? Know what I will say about Scott is that he got the most out of Calvin, man. He was moving him. Why did no other offensive coordinator put Calvin Johnson in the slot?
Well, let's see. We had the likes of Joe Lombardi.
You say, yo.
Jim Bob Cooter.
Yo, let's.
What were we supposed to do?
Oh, the fact that Stafford said, hey, if you want me to stay, you got to keep this trash OC was crazy. Bruh. this is my life. Yo, I remember of all the players that I was wrong on, I thought Kevin Jones was gonna be that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Wrong.
Bro, Kevin Jones is my guy, bro. Out of Virginia Tech?
Yeah, I just knew he was gonna be awesome. I was wrong. But
I loved him.
Yo, they ran the knees off.
He played with Vic, didn't he?
I think he did. I don't remember all the way, man. I don't know if it's for my own, my mental health that I just forget a lot of things when it comes to Lions. It's just pick and choose.
It's just blocking it out.
just blocking it out.
All right, so I'm having an issue with the start draft button. So let me try to fix that now.
Take your time. I'm sitting here thinking.
I was in Atlanta when they drafted Vic, and I was so conflicted because I never ever wanted to root for the Falcons, but I loved Vic.
Like, I really wonder what his career would have been if he didn't get popped for them dogs, man.
I mean, he only missed out on 2 years?
I know, but like 2 years is a long time in the NFL, man. That's why I be looking at guys like, oh, I've been hurt for the last 2 seasons. You think you just gonna come back and be great? You know, these are the best athletes in the world. You're just not gonna pop back onto the field after not playing for 2 years and be awesome. That's just not how the NFL works. I just don't. That's why some of these injured guys, they need to give up. I feel bad. I feel bad. Like, I really do. Like, I like Dennis Rakestraw. And then it's like, bruh, like, if he can't make it out of training camp, what we finna do? Like, he can't get to week 1. You can't get to week 1. We're not talking about getting injured during the season. You can't make it to week 1. That's crazy. They gonna get mad at the people for trying to check up on you. Like, I've been good since December. How are we supposed to know that? You always injured. If I flip the coin, you know what I'm saying? Heads, you healthy. Tails, you injured. I'm probably gonna be right when I say injured. That's the reality. That's what I'm talking about. You're picking the wrong months to be healthy. You need to be healthy during the season, not during the off season.
That seems to be the thing to do as a Lion. You have to be angry. See Marcus Davenport. Amen. You have to be angry and annoyed when people are asking about your health, even though you can't stay healthy.
Look, man, and then you watch him right.
This dude said, "What about shifty Sean Bryson?" I'm not gonna lie to you. I wasn't. Nah.
What
Sean Bryson wasn't my guy like that.
What was the bust that you were sure of on draft night, for sure that he wasn't going to work? If there's ever been a person that I knew for certain was not going to work, it was Jordan Dizine. If you remember the Rod Beardell era, I hated that pick from the start. I'm like, he's not fast. He's not big. You get the small, slow athlete. It felt wrong calling him an athlete. It was just like, bro, like, he's not good in college. Like, what are we doing?
I'm gonna give you the bane of my existence, Jeffrey Namumbo Ohonokuda.
Oh wow, you called that? I didn't know.
They drafted him. I was like, who? I was like, who, bruh? I have watched every Michigan No State game. Other than, I didn't watch this one because I knew we didn't even have a damn quarterback. The dude named Alex Orji. I knew we weren't going to win that game. So I was like, I'm not watching it. I'm not going to put myself through that. When they called his name, I was like, who? I was like, yo. I turned into Snoop. I was like, who? Like, I didn't know who he was. I watched every game, bro. I didn't know who he was.
That's crazy.
If I don't know who you are, I watched every game. I had to go look at the tape.
Bro.
I was like, this dude is cheeks. It's not gonna work. And then from his first NFL game, he looked like he never played football before. I was like, what are we doing with this man? And that's your number 3 overall pick?
I wonder if it got to the point
Robert
where I was
Stevens says Eric Ebron.
Bro, that's when I quit on a regime. That was the official one for me. Like Martin Mayhew was so done after that for me, man. I couldn't believe it. Mm-hmm. I'm sitting there like we don't have no defensive tackle signed. None. Not Nick Fairley, not Ndamukong Suh. Aaron Donald's just right there. And then, I'm a big combine guy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I like athletic outliers. Like, hey, a defensive tackle that can run a 4.6. That sounds crazy. You know how many tight ends have ran a 4.6 in the NFL? Is a lot of them. We just had that was like the bottom tier of tight end athletes this year. Like everybody's running a 4.6. Like it's so common sense. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, bro, I wanted Aaron Donald or Odell Beckham Jr. But to be honest, that draft was so good that we're one of like 5 teams that missed on the first round pick that year. Everybody was working like, hey, that was the year the Titans took Taylor Lewan. It was a whole bunch of dudes in that draft. And I'm just sitting looking like, bruh, nah, man, that was the end.
Yeah, it was crazy. Hold on, let me mute this. You can see the chat, right?
Yeah, I can see the chat. I got my phone up.
All right.
Got that. I got my internet now. I can multitask.
Yeah. I gotta set my Wi-Fi up. 1 second.
Easy. Yo, Mr. Morale, you right. Mike Williams was the easiest bus call ever. He wasn't even playing football. Like the type of stupidity we used to do is crazy. Oh man. I know when Brad Holmes officially earned my trust when he didn't pay Kenny Galladay, because everybody in their mind was talking about, oh, we gotta pay him. I was like, no, we don't. Says who? Who said that? Scrub. He robbed the New York Giants. Whew. Got like $80 million to be bad is crazy. That's crazy. One thing I will say, Matt can make a bum look all right. He can make a bum look all right, because Kenny Galladay was never good, y'all. If you believe that, your eyes is fooling you. You know what I'm saying? Never good. Man, bro. I'm sitting here thinking so many different draft situations I cannot believe. I was scared they was gonna mess the Megatron pickup. I thought they was gonna decide this is gonna be the year we not drafting a receiver. That's what I was like. Oh, okay. And, they stupid, but they ain't that stupid. Okay, I can live with that. Yeah, man, bro. I wonder what we gonna do this year, man. The more I think about it, the more it throws me off. Some ain't adding up. Draft visits not there. Pro days, we are non-existent. Free agency is weird. We not gonna know what's going on until the draft start. I wonder. Well, I might as well play a game with the chat. Out of these bad players, who do you think, if you had a gun to your head, life on the line, you had to wait for these players to be good next year, I got Terrion Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw, Levi Onwuzurike, or Derek Barnes. You gotta pick the one that's gonna bounce back. Who would you push your chips into the middle of the table for? Mr. Moran, we drafted a lot of receivers in a row. I think it had to be at least 4. Not mad at that, man. I'm conflicted on Barnes because I don't want to give him too much hate because I know he's coming off that knee injury. And they asking him to do a whole bunch like he's Michael Parsons in his prime. Like I just don't get it. Don't get it. They really think he is a superstar. I think he would do a lot better if they just kind of shrank his role some. You got him rushing the pass on first down, got him in coverage on third down, got him thumping it against the run on second. Like, bro, he's okay, but you treat him like he's great. Let's pump the brakes. Levi, people picking Levi. Okay, that's brave. That's brave. Levi good if he's healthy, but he can't even guarantee you 3 good. He can't guarantee you 3 straight weeks. You can't guarantee Levi gonna make it out of the preseason. It's always something. It's crazy, but it's always something with Levi. TA, he waited until he just started getting good to start being injury prone. It was ridiculous. I forgot to mention Alim. Y'all think we're gonna get the real Alim back? Because I'm scared. I don't know if Alim ever gonna be the same. I felt like Alim was a dog. He was starting to break through. And as soon as like we got this thing when we give a guy a contract, his knees go immediately. Like as soon as we give a guy a contract, his knees explode. You know what I'm saying? That once we get that contract out, it's bad for your ACLs. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Fun fact, Kirby Joseph is my favorite defensive player on the team, and I don't know if he'll ever be the same again. When I heard that knee news, I was depressed for a good solid 2-3 days. Cause I'm sitting there like, what? Man. 54 coming right? Yeah. I just don't want him getting mossed by quarterbacks no more, man. I bang with D Barnes. I just don't. It's like he plays so well, and then it just be that 1 or 2 plays where it just look like he don't deserve to be on the football field. Be doing all right all game, and then it's just 2 or 3 plays where it's like, hey, they throwing balls past your helmet directly for first downs, or you or you get mossed. It's just like, bro, get him out of coverage. Why is he playing over the slot? Like, what's going on? That 4-3 madness against 11 personnel, 3 wide receivers was throwing me off. They need. I don't know if it's just what Shep wanted to do, or it's just like, hey, all the corners hurt. What you expect? But all that needs to change this year, man. When I say I'm holding out hope, I'm hoping they change everything. Because that's what they need to do. They need to change all of that. Mr. Morale. When Davenport said that, I was thrown off. And one of the things that I do during the years, I do film review. If you watch Davenport rush the passer, he is literally just crashing into the tackle, shoulder first. Like, you're going to get injured if you don't use your hands and you just run directly. Like, he plays like a crash dummy. Like, if you say, hey, this is a guy that gets injured, and then you watch him play, it's not surprising. Like, I just don't like watching him play is just crazy. Like, he doesn't try to use his hands. He just runs. And I will give him this. He's insane because he runs full force into the tackle all the time. He doesn't really like pass rush moves. He just likes, hey, I'm gonna run directly into a guy. And when his shoulder got hurt, I was just like, oh, surprise. Oh, really? just spending 40 to 50 plays just running directly into a guy without actually using your hands, and oh, your shoulder hurts now. Okay. Tyleik might be okay as well. Facts. I think Tyleik gonna be that. I think he has to take another step in the pass game, but I think his run defense was really good last year. It was so good when we took him off the field, it got nasty. The teams was just running through us. It was kind of ridiculous because we replaced them with Aleem. So it was like people thought it would be like, okay, we take Tyleik off, put Aleem on, we still going, we paid Aleem $30 million. We expect the play not to drop off when you replace rookie with Aleem McNeil. That was hard for me to kind of swallow because I'm sitting like, damn, pause. But yeah, that was tough. Where'd Don go? Oh, he definitely just got left on this jank. Let's see. Definitely making moves out there. Now he probably fixing the whole website. Yo, like a month ago, I said something about the mop machine. I was like, yo, you need to be able to see this and this. He fixed it in 10 minutes. I was like, oh, I wasn't ready for that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting like, whoa. Crazy work. Man, bro. Has there ever been a time where it's been like worse PR for the Lions? Like, it's just been all bad. Like, the last 45 days has been just like, oh yeah, bad news. And we took Ragnall's money. And we cut Taylor Decker. And Anzalone thinks that we just cut him because of money. It's like, oh yeah, and that free agency that y'all was waiting on, it wasn't good. I can't remember a time the vibes was this bad. Well, no, that's a lie. I've been a Lions fan too long to say that. I mean, I feel like the difference between the expectation and what we received is the difference. Like, when we used to suck, I knew we was gonna suck. So it wasn't as bad it wasn't like, oh, when you go out there and when you got Joey Harrington, you expect this up, right? When you go out there and you got these first time head coaches, yeah, I I had to take it back because it feels like, oh, it's the worst. You right. 7 points. You right. Oh, that's why I hate Santana Moss to this day. I thought we was gonna win the Redskins game. Santana Moss said, "No, you're not winning that game." He was returning punts, catching everything. It was ridiculous. That's a scarring situation. Yeah. Like, how many times has the Lions like found out a new rule in a game? It just seems like the rules just change when we the team. That's what happens when you suck. Every game is close. You can't win nothing comfortably. Uh-oh. We got time back. Hey. He returns. Mike, why out of all the times Dan Campbell go for on fourth, he doesn't go for it in the red zone on fourth down in the end of the second quarter in the Niners game? Momentum was in our favor, I feel like. Hey, Kev, I think he made the right decision to just go for the field goal because, like, I think going up 3 scores to me is a big deal in the NFL. So anytime you can go up 3 scores, you just do that. Like, it's one of those things, like, we got to understand, like, when we're playing great defenses, being in a situation where anything can go wrong is just not smart. Like, we played the 49ers, we were whooping them, but at the end of the day, they're still the 49ers. So, like, that's one of them situations where, like, I felt like we should have took the field goals later, or even, like, taking the field goals just to tie the game, or not run the ball after the 2-minute warning so that we had to burn a timeout and then had to do an onside kick. It was just one of those games where Dan Campbell just got outside himself. It was one of them games where it's just like, bro, sometimes not going for it, not going all in is the answer. Just be conservative, just kick the field goal. That's all you had to do. Or at the very least. Oh, here we go. We got Don back.
Where's my mouse? Oh, okay.
Listen, Morrell. If Peyton Turner makes the 53, I'm gonna be highly, highly, highly upset. Not gonna lie to you. He better be a vet squad member or less.
All right. So can you see the draft? It has started.
Oh, snap. Hey, I'm in there. Hold on, wait a second. Oh, hold on, where I'm at? I don't see me.
Okay. So, but can you see the draft?
I can see the draft. I just not
see it started.
Let me refresh. Wasn't paying attention. I see the Raiders on the clock.
Okay. So the problem is this. It is telling me it is my pick. So it is not my pick.
Oh, no.
We'll pick for the Raiders.
Oh, I got to find the code again. I'm pressing stuff. Here we go. We got this. GYNLRF. All right, I'm here. I see the players. I just don't see my team for me to pick.
All right, so
hey, Kevin, go to themockmachine.com. sign up, sign in, and then he put the code in the chat. I'm gonna repost it.
All right, let me go back because that's not working. All right.
GYN ORF.
All right, so we have a bit of an issue in here. 1 second.
There we go. Yay. And show. I'm looking at. I gotta pick my OG triple OG, my man Nadeem Tucker. I don't know why I thought his name was Nadame. Nadeem Tucker, 26, hitting the draft. Crazy work. Still working on Gabe Akers, man. Do y'all watch college football out there? Hey, we'll check. Y'all watch college football? Do y'all see people really using pass rush moves in college football, or is it just the people that hit the draft? They just like, yeah, I don't like pass rush moves. I just run directly into the tackle. I don't watch enough college football to realize whether or not guys actually rush the passer for real in college or not. Because it's crazy work. I'm doing the draft breakdowns, and there's like 3 people that actually use pass rush moves. Everybody else just runs through the left tackle, right tackle. I go get ball. Like, Gabe Akers is just he's strong as all get up, but he just runs through people. I want to see somebody try to that's what I'm saying. I know I'm not the only one where it's just like, yeah, so I just run through dudes. Even the highlight clips, they not when your highlights don't even got pass rush moves, that's when you know you don't really be pulling them out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you really just run through dudes, and that's just what it is. Like, okay. At least my man Max, he said, look, I done mastered this spin. I can give it to you inside. I can give it to you outside. How you want it. We spinning. Remind me of them rims. They spinning. Come on. Bro. Yeah, I'm working on my edge rankings right now, bro. I'm watching a bunch of people just run directly through people. That's all they do. TJ Parker. Sitting there, yeah, I run through ball. I run, go get ball. Like, it's like, bro, like, it'd be like, hey, I'm almost a senior. I still have no, I have no idea what football is, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm just running around.
And that's why I don't want TJ Parker.
I'm just out here running around. I'm strong. He's strong, though. He can do it.
You can be strong. You can be strong. All you want.
Hey,
just because you're strong don't mean you're gonna help our defense get to the passer.
Like, somebody got to mold them. Are they teaching anything at Clemson? Because everybody is bad at Clemson.
You think Shep is teaching him anything?
I hope. I gotta hope. At this point, I've fully left all factual thoughts. Like, hey, I'm not out here looking for patterns. Like,
That's
no,
called
doesn't it?
copium. You
Hey, I got
smoking it.
to at this
You smoking the
point. At
copium.
this point, so look, I try to do the coping and all that, and then you know, during the season when I'm doing film review, watching a loss twice is like, especially watching a loss and looking at just pure stupidity, like from different angles, is painful. It's painful. That first game of the season last year, I almost quit. Lions Live 365 almost ended in a month and a half.
Speaking of film, you can see the draft, right?
Hold on. Let me pull it up. I can see the draft.
Is it asking you to make a pick, or is it just that they're on the clock?
It's saying that Vegas is on the clock. It's not asking me for a pick at all.
All right. So next, can you do anything? Like if you highlight a player, does anything highlight for you?
Nah.
Does that film button pop up for you?
Film? I don't see no film button. Where the film? Where the film at? Where it's supposed to be?
Right next to where it says select, but I don't know. Can you see select?
All I see is trade pick, Vegas, Raiders on the clock.
Okay. All right, let me see if a trade will go through.
What they want?
Because it's got me, because I'm the host, it's got me. Let me see. That's the other thing. Let me check, because I'm making sure. Let me refresh it. Okay. There is a film button. So next to where it says Fernando Mendoza 99 rating, that gray button, if you hover over it, it should turn red.
I ain't gonna lie, dog. That's fire. I ain't gonna lie. That's elite.
You see it now?
Yeah, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's elite.
Did it load up for you?
Yeah, it loaded up.
Yeah.
Give me a whole highlight clip. That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Because so when you go to the site in itself, right at the top, it says film room and it says sign in. So that film room is what that is. But what I wanted it to do was just say, okay, now before I make a pick, I can hit that film right next to the player.
Okay, so, that's elite. I like that. Yeah. I got kicked out. He said I ain't even pick my squad. Did I wait too late?
Because the draft started already.
Yeah. All right. Say the draft is active. Say there's 6 people. Can you see me? I don't see my team. Am I in there?
Let me see. Hold on. I'm applying a fix for this. All right, so we just applied the fix. All right, let me see here.
I need to get.
Let me see if it'll restart. All right, it says Vegas is on the clock. It's not asking me to select anything. Okay.
What this here?
You also can search player highlights. Do you see that? You can search. You can search by their positions.
That's tough. I like that. I like that because I'm looking. Hold up. I can go watch Fat Boy. Go ahead, Caden.
Now it is, I think it's the top 100 players. I don't think I have highlights for everybody because that would be, I think it's the top 100.
Okay. Hey
It
man,
says there are 6 players in there.
get this
All
here.
right.
Let's look at my favorite edges. Let's pull this up. I might feel like watch my man Max spin around this joint. You know what I'm saying? That's my guy. I ain't gonna lie, man. He feel like, you know what I'm saying? To me, he gives me if like if like if Aiden Hutchinson, like if he never got athletic, he would be Max Llewellyn. Like if he lost like 3 steps, if Aiden Hutchinson lost like 3 steps and just didn't have that burst, it wasn't as strong, he would be Max Llewellyn. Like he would find a way to still be good, even though he wasn't an athlete like that. That's how I feel about Max Llewellyn, man. He got the moves. He say, yo, I got the spin, I got the chops, I got all of that. You know how like the athletic dudes, they get out, they can sometimes beat the tackle, you know, before he really get into his stance. Max don't do none of that. They be waiting for him. They don't know which way he gonna go though. They don't know if it's gonna be the chop or the spin or whatever, you know. But they be ready though. He not running by nobody, you know. Oh yeah, I didn't need to watch his combine at all to know he ran a 4.8. I knew it. I saw that on tape. It was like, hey, I wouldn't have been surprised if he ran a 5. Like, look, speed not his thing, man. He's a technician. Him, who else out there? Mikael Kamara, OG Triple O. I'm trying to tell you, I gotta make this video, man, before I lose the concept. I'm about to just have my OGs out there, man, because they out here. Keontae Scott is like drafting Brian Branch today. You know, 25. You know, hey, look, I'm telling you, they both 25. He like a twitched up Brian Branch, but they both 25. They just super do everything, be everywhere. He twitched up, but he's 25 though. You know, you getting 1 contract and a half out of my man's, but I bang with him. I like that dude. You know, Keontae, Tre'Don Stoops. That's what happens. Before you look into the bio, you start looking at highlights. They be like, hold up, he a little too good to be in college. You know, 24, 25, like usual. You know, like, are they good or are they just beating up? Because I know my 25-year-old self would beat the life out of my 20-year-old self. Like, I know for a fact. You know, so are they good or are they just beating up on youngins? Like, that's we will find out when they get to the league though. That's what's gonna happen. You know,
I mean, that's a possibility.
You know, because I'm sitting there like, where you good at 22 though? Like, it's certain guys like I get like, all right, I'm injured, or you know, I had to transfer a couple times from small colleges to bigger colleges so I could get put on the map.
Bro,
you know?
Bro, Mr. Morale said, do you have any Broderick Martin highlights by chance?
Hey.
Look, Broderick Martin don't even have highlights. He just have tape.
No, it's funny. NIL has killed any chance of a Broderick Martin ever being drafted again. Because, like,
I hope so.
They're going to look at the small school guy like, why you stay at that small school? Like, you could have transferred. You could have hopped in.
I mean, close to home, maybe. Maybe your grandma's sick, you know.
If you got a small school, there's a big school in your area. Why they didn't recruit you? If you go to Western Kentucky, you can go to Kentucky. I'm not hearing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm talking about? Like, you're like, yeah, you know, I just went to South Alabama because I really like it. You know, I'm ready to stay close to home. Like, nah, bro.
You went to South Alabama because you wasn't playing at Alabama at all.
Exactly. We know
you were gonna be the 10th man off the bench at linebacker.
Hey, that's what I'm saying. Louisville or something.
Mm-hmm.
Or something.
Have you seen that quarterback? I think he's NC State. 6'6", 19 years old.
Nah.
That dude's throwing motion is ugly. Oh, it is the nastiest thing I've ever seen. Somebody says he uses his throwing arm like a whip.
Yeah, that sound like you might get ended
That's
in college doing that for real. You know what I'm saying?
it's
You go
ugly. It's
to
uglier than Uncle Rico.
that's crazy,
Let me see if I can find it.
man.
Uh,
I'm in there. I'm sitting here thinking like I'm trying to get into college football for real. Like I like I love like the schematics. So sometimes I'll be looking at these super simple schemes like, yo, what am I watching right now? Oh no, he's gonna die. Nah, somebody, first of all, that's what happens when you don't got loved ones. When you don't got people looking out for you, you can just do anything and people okay with that. Bro, he's not gonna go nowhere with that type of motion. Like it's the ball, bruh. You die and put it down. You gonna make my head hurt. You gonna make my head hurt. You're gonna, I'm trying to tell you, the football like that. First of all, the windup is crazy. The windup is like You know what I'm saying? Then you don't even pull the ball all the way up. It's up here. It's like this. What are you doing? You're gonna die. Like, see, I don't know. That's what we talking about. That's what happens. That's what you need to start looking at his immediate circle. Nobody talking to him about that.
that
Where
dude
his
is
coach at?
6'6", 120 pounds.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro. Get out of here. He can fix it. It's just like, yeah, Mr. Brown, you right. He can fix it. It's just one of them things like sometimes when you the best thing around where you at, they just not going to talk to you about certain stuff, especially if you don't feel like doing it.
And
Like,
he missed out. He missed out on Miami. It says something about he missed the. How do you miss out on the Miami's recruiting if you're supposed to be? How?
Somebody gave him that check. Like, hey, you don't look.
That dude, look, bro.
Hey, you
My
don't
man
look.
is up there throwing up gang signs. You're not going to be a quarterback in the NFL doing that.
Hey, you can make 20 million in college now. They saying on the low end, QBs is making 3 million in college a year on the low end. We ain't talking about the big ones.
I think Bryce Underwood is making. He's making 10 for the 4 years, so that's 2.5.
Hey, he might.
What happened to Jeremiah Smith?
He was good last I checked. What happened to him? What you mean?
I thought he was supposed to come out like 2 years ago.
No. He probably thought about it, and then Ohio State came with that check. That's what I'm saying. These drafts could be significantly better. Like, it's not like it's a choice. They are choosing to go back to school. Like, I thought
that man was supposed to be out 2 years ago.
I thought
he ain't even in the draft this year.
Lenore Sella could have came out this year. He'd have been. They'd have picked him first overall. They'd looked at Mendoza and looked at him like, all right, so I got the guy that's probably running a 4.3, throw 75 yards. He's out in the SEC. When you look like an athlete in the SEC, you know what's up. Mm-hmm. You know that he don't got to be good. He's what people thought Anthony Richardson was, like good in college. Surrounded by nothing, they paying him. He might be the only person getting paid over there. Him and Dylan Stewart. Dylan Stewart keep going back too. He could have came out. He'd have been a first round pick.
But you said Trinidad Chambliss is going to court to go back.
Yeah, he's like, yo, don't let me go to the NFL. Judge, please.
I still got eligibility. What you doing?
I'm finna be eligible. That's what I'm saying, man. NIL is a weird thing.
All right, so now you can see the players in the draft. I got K-Mac in there. K-Mac 1 is in there. Has K-Mac 1, did you pick a team, or would it allow you to pick a team?
Oh, dang. All right, Rich. Peace out, man.
All right, Rich. We'll holler at you, man.
We around.
All right. So, like I said, now I can see the players in the room. K-Mac doesn't have a team. Maybe it didn't allow him to pick one because the draft has already started. Okay.
I refreshed and it booted me out, so I don't know like if I'm in there. But I guess because I logged in it, I should be good.
Hold on, let me check here to see. I will refresh this.
Man, bro.
I'm still in on one of my other accounts, so that's not the host account.
All right,
So
cool.
it shouldn't boot you.
I'm good.
Let me see.
You know it'd be great, man, if they just say, yo, I know we got a scheme and all that, but I like Cassius Howe anyway, and that's what I'm picking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I say people don't got moves, he is not one of the people I'm talking about. Cause he got them. He got he's mastered that ghost move. He got rips. He got all that. But he got them T-Rex arms, man. You never know. Ooh. I ain't gonna lie, I'm really a fan of this film situation.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I tried to wrap my head around LT Overton being good, but he's a scheme fit. He not good.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. Hopefully he there in the 5th or something, because he's a scheme fit. He can do everything that we want him to do. But if you're that size and could do all of those things, and you're any good, you're a top 10 pick.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing that's what bothers me. Like bruh.
I'm gonna have to get out of here in 20 minutes because I gotta go make some money.
Oh, do you think, man?
I got cleaned out yesterday, bro. I mean, cleaned out. I paid my rent last night.
Ain't nothing like it. Ain't nothing like it.
Bro, the toll company had some sort of brain fart. Bro, they took $700 out of my account this week.
That's not just mistake money. You can't. Oh, that's a mistake. You can mistakenly.
No. So what I did, like at one point, I was like, damn, they took $400 out yesterday. Then the next day, they took out $100, and I was like, yo, I contacted. I was like, what are y'all doing? So this is, you have trips from April 1st, April 4th, April 7th. I was like, why are y'all doing that? Like April 1st was when? You know what I'm saying? April 1st was 10 days ago. Because they did it over like 6 transactions in one day. I was like, yo, why are y'all doing that? Don't be holding my stuff and then just doing it all at once. You messing with my money.
Yeah, that's strange.
April 1st should have been when April 1st came in. So basically, I had to cancel my account and make it a prepaid instead of a postpaid. So now when I go through the tolls, because I do the airport all day. So so when you go downtown, the only way you can get downtown is the airport. I mean, is the tolls from the airport. So when I go there, obviously, when I got a passenger, obviously Uber covers that. But when I come back, that's me, right? So if I took 700 tolls, or if $700 worth of tolls, well, $350 of that was actually covered, but $350 of that was my money, right? So that's the problem.
That's tough.
So I was like, yo, this is some bullcrap, So they take 30 days to close your account, just so they get some stragglers, right? Lo and behold, another $98.
That's
right?
crazy.
Another $98. I'm like, yo, what is the issue here? Because now I got it set up where it's like $20 in credit. So whenever it gets below, below $10, then it'll top up. And I'm cool with that because now we're going every day. If I do $40 a day, you're going to take that $40. You're not going to take $40 tomorrow. You're not going to take $40 next week. You're going to take $40 today. You know what I mean? Like the money's going to go either way, but I can't have you taking the money all in this chunk. No, I needed my money.
Perfect.
You know what I mean? Not today. I got to pay rent today. What are you doing today? Oh, well, we're going to take half your rent. Like, what are you doing? No, I needed that money taken when it got used. Like, oh, we'll just get it later. Don't you be getting nothing later. I don't want nothing later. I want it now. You know?
That's crazy.
He said, I need that money, Frankie. He said, good thing the Lions are not set on a scheme yet. You must be typing in sarcasm font.
I'm not gonna lie, man. I really hope I pray a lot that they've made some changes. I don't think it's happening, brother. I think they locked in to exactly what they've been doing. I don't know. I don't know what evolution they really I don't know if that was just a buzzword they wanted to say a couple times. Like they all sat down, like, you know, this is what we gonna do when we do our press conference. Everybody say evolve. All right. Like I don't, because I'm trying to figure out what they doing different. And like, all right, outside of like, hey, we not finna pay nobody that's older, there's no real evolution that I can see. Like I just hopefully. This is one of them things. You ever say something, you just pray you wrong. That's me. I want to be wrong. I want them to be popping out, getting David Bailey's and Cassius Owls. I want all of that. I want to be wrong. But,
all right. K-Mac 1, you should be able to select a team now. I added a restart draft button for the host. So now anybody who is late coming in, you should be able to grab your team.
Hey, Kevin, he won 22 million. You better figure out a way to stay healthy. You try and get that 22. I know he won 22, 23 million. He better be Iron Man. He better. I need 2,000, 1,000 and 1,000. You asked for 22. You better be out there doing everything. You know, hey. They talk about, we're going to use him at receiver. Like that one game where he was dominant and you decided for the rest of the games you wasn't going to do that at all. Like, hey, that Dallas game, Gibbs was doing everything. He's a receiver. He in the backfield. The rest of the games, we needed him to do that every game after that. We didn't do it. I don't know why we didn't do it, but we just did. We just said, nah. It's crazy.
Hey, K-Mac, refresh and then choose a team. And then we'll see. I hope the only problem that I'm having right now is that the AI teams the picks are not progressing. So that would be the last thing that I would have to fix.
All right.
Because I added the restart so we can restart so we don't have to leave the room. Nothing.
You want me to be Vegas just so somebody's picking?
I don't want you to do that because I want it to progress on its own.
Okay. Do you think?
Because my next person or my next account is the Jets.
Okay. Cool.
So, all right.
Nobody the Lions?
I just picked Carolina just in.
I've been Lions since ain't nobody Lions, you know. I'm all good with that. Y'all go ahead. Let's go.
All right. So I can see that stuff changing now live. Like, so while I'm in the host thing, I can see all the stuff changing live. So hopefully that works. K-Mac is Minnesota now. All right.
That's an interesting choice.
You ready, K-Mac? All right. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Start the draft. Damn, bro. What? Las Vegas is just not moving. It says that Las Vegas is on the clock. Let me see if I can just trade this pick. For their first round pick, I'm gonna offer pretty much everything. My first round pick next year, second round pick next year. Damn, that's a 15% chance. That's crazy. Third, fourth. I'm just gonna offer every pick I got. I traded my whole draft from this year, 2 picks from next year. I'm at 40%. It's a 40% chance. All right, now we're at 50%, 58%. This is fair trade. Let me propose a trade. Las Vegas declined the trade. Okay.
Damn. They said, man, I don't love Mendoza.
All right. Now it says you're overpaying. I gave them everything from this year's draft, next year's draft, and 2028 first round pick. So they're definitely going to accept that. It said 95% chance. All right. They accepted it. Okay. But now it says that the Las Vegas Raiders are still in the clock. All right. So there's some issue with that AI pick. And I got to figure that out.
They say stream this to your audience. What, you can multi-stream?
Yeah.
Word? I didn't know that. That's crazy. Yeah. If D busy, you know what I'm saying? I can just pop in here. I don't care. Keep syndicates going. Yeah.
You're welcome all times.
I gotta get me. I gotta get my setup ready for when I go live on the draft, man. It's less than 2 weeks from the draft right now. That's crazy.
Yeah. If you're not set up for that yet, then you could just go live with me.
I'm with it. Yeah, I'm gonna figure something out.
Because I'm gonna go live. I'm just gonna be talking to the chat anyway.
Hey.
Hopefully this is the last thing. See, chat, y'all see why I've been saying we need to test this out live? You know what I'm saying? Because, we get up here and the next Friday or whatever, or the day before the draft, talking about, hey, let's do it, and then can't do nothing. That would be crazy. That would be a colossal flop.
Bruh.
Cedric Sweeney says, "I hope we get Vega."
I'm not mad at that, man. I'm not mad at that. It's a lot of people like, oh, we don't need a guard. Like,
yes, we do.
I
don't want to hear nothing about Juice, Christian, or freaking whoever else we got, bro. You know, and that's why I wanted them to get somebody in free agency, because now, you know, you let Taylor Decker go, which again, stopgap. Just get your tackle next year. If you're talking about Monroe Freeling, and Monroe Freeling is a developmental player who's not going to be ready this year, then you're doing the same thing. You're getting a guy who's not going to be ready this year, but Taylor Decker was a guy that, yeah, I mean, could have got healthy and could have provided you with something healthy-ish, right? Now you got Larry Borom.
I just don't get.
You got to take a tackle.
I know I say this a lot, but I don't get the Monroe Freeland hype. They brought my expectations up here. It's like, oh, I'm a fine, and the first thing I saw on tape is this dude completely miss a guy run block. Just the first play was just like, just out the way. Like, and I'm just sitting there like, how many times is Jahmyr Gibbs gonna get hit in the backfield because he whiffing dudes before the city turn on him? Like, bruh, you gotta at least, and he don't got the play strength. It's a lot of things. Like, the things that he does well, I see it. I was like, oh, I see the long form picture. That long form picture is awesome. This is a guy that's super fast at tackle.
It's like Terrion.
Pass. Well, you're right.
I mean, I see.
Yo,
but is he gonna ever do anything?
Hey, and anybody that disagrees with me, I'm not even going to say look for Monroe Freeling lowlights. This is what I want you to do. I want you to look at Monroe Freeling highlights and look at how many times he takes a defensive end on the line and puts him in the dirt. You won't find it. You're going to see a bunch of pass pro. You're going to see, oh, I just touched the defensive end that's blocked by Michael Morris. I touched his hip and went to the second level. That's it. That's all you're going to get, because he's not good in the run game. At that first level, I watched Joshua Joseph, who's not a big guy, just like completely like look at him like, you puny being, get off of me. And it's like, bro, like we're a run team. How he is works for the Chiefs. He could probably start for the Chiefs. A team, whether they run or don't run, it doesn't matter. They'll run jet sweeps and screens and all that good stuff, and it'll look awesome. But Detroit, they run the ball here. We need guys that move people. And anybody that knows me knows I don't like Blake Miller at all. But I understand that he fits, and I think he could be average and just be a guy like we pick him. You know, he's going to have one or two of those plays where it's like, are you good? But outside of that, he's going to be consistent, you know, and he's going to put somebody in the dirt if they let him. He's not that strong, but if he gets somebody that's not strong enough, it's going to be highlight film. You know, it's just, you know.
Somebody asked me, I think yesterday, somebody asked me if Brad Holmes gets fired, who do I want as his replacement? And I said, maybe a Howie Roseman disciple. I said, but then we got a Les Snead disciple, and he decided to go completely the opposite direction. So maybe not. But now I understand. Now I have the answer, as you were just talking about, because you were talking about offensive linemen. I want someone who is going to be committed to getting a dynamic quarterback in here, where we don't have to worry so much about the damn offensive line. Like, we should be able to have a good offensive line, right? Not bums, but we don't have to have 5 Hall of Famers in order to feel like we can do something. That's what I want.
I hear you.
Whoever that is.
I hear you, and I respect your opinion, because it's a lot of truth to that. It's just like, He won the last game of the year with Chuba Hubbard at right tackle. You know, we just need to keep the offensive line healthy. That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, we like the thoughts, like we feel like we suck. But the reality is whatever we're doing to prepare these players needs to change. And some of the players need to change too. Some people, it doesn't matter what we do, they're going to get injured. But we just need guys that's going to stay healthy. That's why I was okay with letting Taylor Decker go. Then I started looking at the tackles and I said, maybe we should have kept them. You know what I'm saying? I was like, hold on, wait.
Exactly.
Like, hey, like, oh,
but let me ask you a question. Because so when we got Goff, I was like, he can be the starting bench quarterback. Like he could be the first quarterback off the bench. He can't be my starting quarterback. He won me over with his play. Okay. He's developed. They've actually developed Jared Goff in Detroit. Do you think that if you replace Jared Goff with Sam Darnold, that they still won that Super Bowl?
Yep.
Okay.
And this is what I also want to say. They'd have won it a lot easier too. Because what I noticed watching Sam Darnold in those playoff games, he was throwing the ball late. He was throwing the ball inaccurately. In some cases, I know Jared Goff, with the protection that he was getting, would have got the ball out quicker. The ball would have been on target. I'm 100%. I'm 100% on that. I don't.
Guess what else? Guess what else? That defense makes it so Sam Darnold doesn't have to be Superman. We are asking Jared Goff to be Superman. He's not Josh Allen.
I don't know who they thought they had at quarterback that they could just be like, we don't need a defense. Like I don't get. Look, I'll be looking like, bruh. I don't.
We had Josh Allen. Yeah, that would make sense.
And this is something like sometimes you can believe something. You can believe another thing, but sometimes they can be in contradiction to each other. Like I don't feel like you need a quarterback to win a championship, but I feel as though what you have to do to win a championship when you don't have one of those great quarterbacks, you have to thread that needle of having the right amount of talent, getting the most out of the quarterback you have, and supporting them in a way where they can beat a super quarterback. Because in the league at any one time, at most you're going to have 5 superheroes. Everybody else, you trying to make do with everything else. Like you got to squeak out those Super Bowls in between Superman being Superman, right? We didn't get the championship that Patrick Mahomes allowed somebody to go get. We didn't get it. You know, the Tom Brady situation where it's like, hey, I'm Ben Roethlisberger. I can squeak out 2 while Tom is dominating the era. We're not doing it. Like you have to be ready for that, and you have to. That's why I don't hate sustained success as much as some people, but it's like, bruh, because you can do everything you want. You can put all your chips into the middle of the table, and you can be the Colts. And I don't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, there's like you can't foresee that the quarterback you believe in is going to have ACL, MCL, his whole knee exploded or something like that. From what I understand, that man, the fact that he had the audacity to hold $50 million over their head like he not Daniel Jones is insane to me. That man agent is working over. He might have Kirk Cousins' agent. That's the greatest agent in history of all time. The greatest agent ever is Kirk Cousins' agent. I think anybody that's not signed to Kirk Cousins' agent is a fool.
Yeah. Mr. Morale sums it up. He said, "We score, we don't defend. If the Lions can't score, they're losing."
I mean, you're right, but the defense the defense was ahead of the offense the first 2 months of the season.
You know why? Because Johnny Morton. Don't know. No. Johnny Morton was terrible, bro.
They was figuring something out. They was figuring it out. I'm like, man,
He figured out how to sit. He figured out how to sit in the booth and play Fruit Ninja. That's what he figured out, bro.
John was tripping. I don't know. I don't know what's up with John. I don't know why we needed the Vikings game to know that he needed to lose his job.
Bro, I don't even know. But all right, so the trade ownership has been done. The problem is I traded for the Raiders pick. The picks are not submitting. That's the problem. So even as a user, not an AI, I tried to select Sonny Styles for the first overall pick with the Carolina Panthers. Obviously, I'm not going to choose Mendoza. So the pick just sits there and it's hanging on submitting. So that's what I need to fix. And I will get that done over the weekend. And then on Monday, we definitely can give this another crack. All right. But I'm going to have to get out of here. I appreciate you, Mike, for coming through and helping me out. Keeping the whole stream engaged while I try to fix this. Because I'm pretty sure people would have left if I was just sitting up here like, hold on, wait, I got it. Hold on, just one
I'll be back in 10 minutes. I was like, man, he going for it.
Bro, I had to go to the other side of the house and look at the router and all this other stuff. So yeah, that's why I left at that point.
Hey, Cedric, before we go on Tate Ratledge, they're not talking about Tate Ratledge and his struggles because the second half of the season he was a different player. He progressed. That first half of the season it was like he didn't. And part of this was coaching because he didn't know who to block. When he knew who he was supposed to block, he was pretty good, but he didn't know who to block for like a month and a half, right? So I'm putting that on the OC and the head coach because how did you go through a whole training camp and preseason and first 2 games of the season and your people don't know who to block? Because we could put it on Tate, but week 1, Tate Ratledge heard the same call that Tate heard. They both opened.
Taylor Decker.
Tate. Yeah, you're right. Taylor Decker. They both opened up. They literally had a play where they didn't block the nose tackle. That's insanity. Like this is like he's sitting right there. Like I wonder how that felt for Jared Goff to hike the ball and the D tackle is just sitting there like, oh, they're not gonna block me. All right, let me run up. Like, so that's why you're not hearing much about Tate Ratledge. But a guard that you should be really worried about is Christian Mahogany, because there was no bounce.
I'm not even worried about Christian Mahogany.
You say I'm not worried.
He's not.
You gonna treat him like he's not on the team?
He's depth, bro. He's on the bench. He's coming off the bench. He's not starting. Oh, there's no need to worry. We don't even have to talk about him.
He gave up 5 sacks last season. Like
in 5 games.
He didn't even play all the games and give up 5 sacks. I'm sitting there like, bro, what in the world?
That man played 5 games and gave up a sack a game. That's crazy.
Hey,
that's crazy.
Oh man, I ain't gonna load you up.
But yeah, Mr. Morale says I didn't watch Mendoza. Is he the first overall because they won the chip? Precisely.
Oh, he's the first overall because he's the only quarterback that decided to go into the draft. There was like 7 quarterbacks that were draft eligible better than him that decided, I could make $5 more million in college. I'm going back.
That's what I said. I said, okay, if you take, that's why I don't trust him, because if you take any quarterback, just name one. Just name some of the upper echelon quarterbacks in this draft or in this league. Are you drafting Fernando Mendoza over any of them if they come? Are you drafting Fernando Mendoza over Jared Goff?
I'm cool.
You know what I'm saying?
Man, I'm cool.
So that's I was going to the top tier guys like Lamar Jackson, and I was like, you probably would have drafted him over Lamar Jackson because Lamar Jackson went 32, and people were trying to make him a wide receiver. But no, So he's the consensus because, as you said, he's the only one there. And ain't nobody looking at Ty Simpson like that. So, I mean, if Trinidad Chambliss came out, you might have done it.
He should have been a first rounder at least. I'm just looking like, bro, you went to court. You don't want to go to the NFL that bad as you went to court is crazy. He said, I got another year. Somehow we're going to make it happen.
All right, y'all. Appreciate you again, Mike, for coming through. And as I said, you are welcome at any time. But we are going to go ahead and get up out of here. I got to get to work and all that. So once again, the Motor City Cats R&D back at it. We came to give you stats, not none of that static. Whatever you do, make sure you keep your Lions News pragmatic. And we are out.
Peace.